Eureka.
Hey, what's up everyone, this is Dante's Analysis and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also click on the notification button for any new videos I'm releasing in the future. So, hey guys, I'm back. Sorry I was gone last week. I was trying to ask you guys to see what album I should review last week, but I didn't really get any response. I was like, you know what, maybe I should just take the week to myself just to recoup and regenerate, because also last week there wasn't really any interesting releases that came out that previous week. Well yeah, there was one, but I was actually going to do it for this video. And yeah, so I'm back here doing another album review, and for today's video I'm actually going to be reviewing Big Sean's anticipated album called Detroit 2. This album came out on September 4th, 2020. And yeah, as always, I'm going to get into the backstory of the album. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to get into what the artist thinks about this project and what it means to them. And then I'll get into the actual track listings for the album. So, Detroit 2 is Big Sean's 5th studio album. It is a sequel to Sean's September 2012 mixtape Detroit. It follows Sean's February 2017 album I Decided and Double or Nothing, his December 2017 project with Metro Boomin. On July 24, 2019, Sean dropped the album's first promotional single. Overtime, 2 days later, he released Single Again, and on August 26, he released Berserk with A$AP Ferg. None of these singles ultimately appeared on the album. On October 29th, Angie Martinez conducted an interview with Sean in which he further discussed the album. In this interview, Sean confirmed that the album was not titled Don Life, despite rumors claiming it was. These rumors were started due to artwork for Overtime. And on July 14th, 2020, YK Osiris posted an image of himself posing with Sean, in which the album's title and track list were particularly and likely accidentally revealed. The album's title was subtly confirmed at the beginning of Sean's Hot Ones interview, which was released on March 19, 2020. Sean officially announced the album's title when he released an album trailer on March 25th, his 32nd birthday. On August 23rd, Sean revealed that he had finished recording the album. On the next day, he revealed the LP's release date and artwork. 2 days later, Sean released the LP's lead single, Deep Reverence. He released the album's second pre-release single, Harder Than My Demons, on August 31st. And on September 2nd, Sean revealed the album tracklist via social media platforms. That's the whole backstory of Detroit 2. And now we're getting on to what Big Sean thinks about this project. And he states that I've always wanted to do a sequel to Detroit because I felt like it was an album. It was a mixtape, but it was really an album for me. So in a way, it's like I'm returning to the essence of myself, new and improved. If I don't have a line in a song that doesn't make anybody want to get it tattooed on them, then I didn't do a good job. Like, I pray someone gets tattooed. That's like one of my goals. Songs like Lucky Me and Deep Reverence are full of these kinds of quotables. I'm hungry on these songs. I feel like I got a lot to prove to myself. My life's purpose is to inspire, and I feel the best way I can do that right now is through music. So just reading that, it was actually very interesting how Sean expresses feelings through music, and how like the album contains so much quotables and all this like life purpose. He wants someone to get like a quotable from his album tattooed on themselves, because he feels that if someone gets a tattoo of Big Sean's lyrics on themselves, then he feels like he's done a good job. He feels like that lyric inspired them so much that they actually want to get it tattooed on themselves, and that's what Sean really wants to do. And yeah, it's actually cool how he felt like Detroit, the first mixtape, was more of like an album to him rather than a mixtape. So it was actually really cool that he decided to go on to make a sequel to that project, which is now Detroit 2. So now, getting into the actual track listings of the album, I'm gonna be honest, this album is long, 21 tracks, and I'm just gonna go through them. The first track is Why Would I Stop, 2, Lucky Me, 3, Deep Reverence featuring Nipsey Hussle, 4, Wolves featuring Post Malone, 5, Body Language featuring Janae Aiko and Ty Dolla $ign, 6, Story of Dave Chappelle. It's almost like a skit. There's actually like 2 more skits like this later on in the album. 7, Harder Than My Demons. 8, Everything That's Missing featuring Duell. 9, ZTFO. 10, Guard Your Heart featuring Anderson .Paak, Earl Mack, and Wale. 11, Perspective featuring Hit Boy and Young Thug. 12, Luciani featuring Travis Scott. 13, Full Circle featuring Diddy and Key One. 14, Time In by 2088. 15, Story by Erykah Badu. 16, Feed. 17, The Baddest. 18, Don Life featuring Lil Wayne. 19, Friday Night Cypher featuring, there's a lot of people on this song. 42 Doug, Baldwin James, Cash Kid, Drago, Eminem, Cash Doll, Payroll, Giovanni, Royce the 5'9", Sada Baby, and T Grizzly. And 20, Story by Stevie Wonder. And 21, Still I Rise featuring Don Kennedy. Whew. So, just going through the album and also through the track listing, even though despite that this album is really long, this album contains a lot of bangers. Like, whew. This album, like, I would say, like, there's a lot of songs on here that are, like, complete fire. I'll just go through the tracks that I like the most. I liked Why Would I Stop, the intro. Lucky Me was fire with the beat switch up in the middle of the song. Deep Reverence featuring Nipsey Hussle. Wolves featuring Post Malone. I'll say Wolves featuring Post Malone was definitely like my top favorite song on this project. With Don Life featuring Lil Wayne. Those 2 songs are fire. Body Language with Janae Aiko and Ty Dolla $ign. That song is also good. Has such like different vibes to it. Harder Than My Demons. That song is also fire. Also towards the end of the song, you also get to hear like a little bit of like Justin Bieber vocals, and also a little bit of Kanye West's vocals too. And 8, Everything That's Missing featuring Diwali. That song's also good. ZTOF. It's alright song. Guard Your Heart featuring Anderson .Paak. That's also another vibe. 11, Perspective featuring Hit Boy, Young Thug. Cool song. 12, Luciani featuring Travis Scott. To be honest with you, I wasn't really vibing with that song too much. Same thing goes with Full Circle featuring Diddy and Key One. Wasn't really feeling it. Time In by 2088. Cool song. Feed was also another cool song. The Baddest, I was not vibing with it at all. Don Life featuring Lil Wayne, as I said before, with Wolves. That's actually one. I think Wolves and definitely Don Life are like my top 2 favorite songs on this project. Friday Night Cypher was also really good, but the song is close to like 10 minutes long. And this song, Barfest, and it's crazy. And Still I Rise featuring Don Kennedy, which was actually a pretty cool song to close out the project. It's really dope. And also when it comes to the skits are actually really cool because it actually just pauses the album and actually gets you to tune into the stories of Dave Chappelle, Erykah Badu, and Stevie Wonder. And the messages from those 3 skits were actually really cool. And it kind of, like, with those skits, it actually puts a pause on the whole project, because I feel like if you take out the skits and you just listen to all the projects from beginning to end with no like rest in between, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of ear fatigue, and it feels like, dang, like, is there like a skit in here that I could like take a break from? But in this project you get like 3 skits, and that actually calms down the album a bit more, which is almost, it adds like a little like rest time in between different songs, so that's actually really cool. And again, like, the only 3 songs I didn't like from the project was Lituana featuring Travis Scott. This is track 12. Full Circle featuring Diddy and Kino, and The Baddest. Those are the only 3 songs I didn't like from this album. Track 12, 13, and 17. But the rest of the songs on this project is complete fuego. These songs are fire. And yeah, and I'll definitely say like this album's actually definitely worth the wait, because I know a lot of people have been like wondering like where's Big Sean at. He hasn't released an album in like I think almost 3 years now. He hasn't released a project, and yeah, I say like almost close to 3 years he hasn't released a project, and people were wondering like, oh, and people actually did consider like Big Sean as one of like the top 5 rap artists in this generation. So I know like a lot of people were kind of disappointed that Big Sean's been gone for this long, but now he finally released his most anticipated album, and I feel like he hit the mark with this one. This album is actually really, really fire, and I could definitely say like this is probably, I mean, I wouldn't really say I wouldn't be fair, because I did listen to Big Sean's other past songs, but I never listened to his like albums. I think the only album I listened to from beginning to end was I Decided album. I listened to that from beginning to end. It was cool, but I feel like when it comes to Detroit 2, it's actually one of his like better projects. And like what this project has to offer has like different like flow switches. Like Big Sean is like really heavily focused on like flow switches, so he does that throughout the album. He has like good messages on the songs, like like double entendres. He had like a lot of quotables again on this project. And what else can I say? Yeah, it's like he all around he's a very talented artist and like very talented rapper, and he knows his pockets very well, and he knows how to like switch up the tempo when he needs to, and actually that's really cool. And overall I enjoyed the project from beginning to end. It's actually it's a really dope album, and I definitely do recommend people to listen to this project if you're like a huge Big Sean fan, or if you just getting into him as an artist. I definitely would say that Detroit 2 is an album that you have to check out. So the rating I'm gonna give this project, I'm definitely gonna give it like a good 9.5 out of 10. Again, well, as I said before, the flow switches, the message to the lyrics, the production is fire. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that the production is fire from beginning to end. I know Hit Boy was one of the producers on this project. I forgot what other producers were who worked on this project, but shout out to the writers and producers who worked on this project, the artwork, and yeah, like it's actually really dope. Again, a lot of quotables. His rhymes are crazy. His double entendres, it's cool. And yeah, and also the skits too. The 3 skits are really cool, and how it just puts like a different feel throughout the project. It's almost like a break time throughout the for the album, and once the skit's done, then you hop right back into the project. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, like again, like this project is dope, and I recommend it for anyone who wants to give Big Sean a chance. So again, I'm gonna give Big Sean's Detroit 2 and 9.5 out of 10. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.